1.
All right. We live?
Yep.
We're live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to our episode number 2 of Thursday Hangs here on our YouTube channel. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you want to subscribe, click that little red button right below the video. And as we know from our friends Ryoga and Derek, also click that little bell if you want to get notified every time we post a new video. Thank you again for hanging out with us. We've got a fun episode planned for you guys today. We are really excited. Jess, are you excited?
I'm excited.
I'm pumped. We got some good stuff happening today. One thing we're going to do is we are going to, in just a second, play a fun little interactive game with everyone. What else is on the docket for today? We are going to actually have our very first special guest on Thursday Hangs today. The one and only Jesse Brussel will be joining us very shortly right over here on our little comfy couch. It's not really a couch, it's more like our ottoman, but we're sitting on it because it's comfy. It's got cushions so you can kind of sit on it. It's good. It's really great.
Shout out to Alma.
Shout out to Alma, who gifted this to us for Christmas. I will say, I wish these things had back support in my back. I gotta make sure I'm not leaning over too much. Gotta work on the back. All right. So we're doing that. Why was that?
Sorry.
Working on the back. We're gonna arch up like this. Okay. No, not doing that. Yeah. So, did I already say what I was gonna say? I didn't say it, did I?
No.
What's up, all you cool cats and kittens? Ah! Snap. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And that's okay. All right. We are today going to play a fun little game in just a second. We're going to have Jess come up as a special surprise guest, although it's not a surprise anymore because I just said her name. She's going to give you guys some really cool tips on how to deal with this time of quarantine in school and how you are to do a good job in your classes and how you can still keep up that same productivity that you guys had before the quarantine began. So she's got some tips for you guys on that. After that, I'm quickly going to go into something that I feel like God has put on my heart to share with you guys today from the book of Ecclesiastes. What a great book. Another great book on wisdom, as we just finished our Proverbs challenge earlier this week. I've been diving into Ecclesiastes. I feel like God has some really cool, awesome stuff to share with us today on that. And then last but certainly not least, Jess, what are we doing?
Doing our pizza draw.
Our pizza draw. Our pizza giveaway. Yes. We are doing a pizza draw. You can call it that too. It's a drawing, like drawing. You ever notice when you say the word drawing, it almost sounds like drawing, like there's an R in there?
No, I've never noticed that.
No, it's just me.
I think it's just like how you say it.
Just like how I say storts.
Yep.
Got it. Noted. Everyone else shames me for the way I say the word storts. I don't care. No big deal. And so, yeah, we're doing our pizza giveaway. And so I'm really excited about that. Very first, though, here's the thing I have for us. I'm going to do a cool little game right now. I saw this the other day on, I think it was Twitter. There was a cool poll, and it was like, find out your quarantine code name. So what we're going to do right now, everybody who's logged on right now, I see everybody logging on YouTube, say hi, say what's up in the chat. If you're here and you're watching right now, we want to know who's watching with us. But in just a moment, we are all going to comment our quarantine code name. All right? Now, here's how you figure out your quarantine code name. Everyone knows there's 2 parts to a name. There's your first name and your last name. We're going to forget the middle name right now. Forget that it's even a thing. Just first name and last name. And so the way you find out your first name is you need to think back, well, actually, no, think to right now about how you are feeling. Whether you're tired, whether you're chilling, whether you're energetic, whether you're lazy, whether you're sad, you're happy. Give me your mood right now. Think about your mood. Pick it. Like, so for me, when I woke up this morning and I saw this on Twitter, I was like, yo, I'm feeling like tired. Like, I'm just feeling out of it. So I was like tired. And then the second part, so your last name is going to be the last thing that you had to eat before right now. So what was the last thing that you ate? So when I woke up this morning, I was feeling tired. I was feeling a little bit out of it, like, oh, man. And so I saw it and I was like, you know, what I had to eat last night, I finished the night off with an amazing batch of Storts chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. That's what I had last night. And so this morning when I read it, I was like, my nickname, my quarantine code name is Tired Cookie Dough. That's my name right now. Now, if I'm going right now, like currently, like what I had to eat, like we haven't had dinner yet. We're eating dinner shortly after we film this, but I just had a Lara bar. So I would say, and right now I'm feeling excited. So I'm going, my code name right now is Excited Bar, or Excited Lara. Excited Lara?
I like that.
I like Excited Lara. We're going Excited Lara right now. Jess, what would your code name be?
Well, yesterday and today I've been laughing really easily. I think I'm going a little crazy. So I would say I'm giddy. And
Ooh.
I just ate a fruit snack. So I am giddy fruit snack or giddy gummy or something like that.
I love it. Giddy fruit snack, giddy gummy. We have been laughing a lot the last few
Yes,
days. I think
a
it's
lot.
because we're finally starting to go insane.
I think so.
As we realize this is our current reality and we're not leaving home for who knows how long. Only God knows. And maybe Donald Trump. No, just kidding. He doesn't know either. We just don't know. We'll see what happens. Hey, but right now, I want to see all of your guys' comments of what your code name would be. So it's like, however you're feeling right now, sad, happy, lazy, tired, whatever. And then what you ate to eat, what you had to eat the last time you ate something. So go ahead, comment right now in the comments. Make sure, I noticed this last week, make sure you guys are using the chat to the side. As we open up this live stream, there is a chat that goes off to the right of the video. Make sure you're checking the right of the video. Don't leave a comment below because the comments below are just comments that are always going to be in the video. There is a live chat, pretty much like a live instant message that you can comment on. I noticed that as a little bit of confusion last week. So make sure you are commenting on the live chat. Say hi to everybody. Let them know your quarantine nickname, your quarantine code name. Super excited for that. So I am going to ask our special guest to come on up right now, and I'm going to welcome Giddy Snacks up to
Giddy snacks.
What was your name?
Giddy gummy or
Giddy Gummy.
or
Giddy Gummy.
fruit snacks,
Giddy
something
Gummy.
like that.
Giddy Gummy. Giddy Fruit
I
Snacks.
feel like we should have worked in one of those reels that would have been like applause as you brought me up.
Oh,
You know, like Jimmy Fallon has.
that would have been
felt a
so
little
clutch.
better.
Hey, I feel like right now we're like higher production quality than Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show right
We
now.
might. He's currently filming from his home. If
He's
you guys
struggling.
haven't seen those
I mean, he's
videos
doing good.
yet.
I mean, you know,
He's doing a
the
great
show is
job.
great. I love it. I honestly love, one thing I've enjoyed a lot during the last few weeks, Jess, has been like everybody's innovation. Like how everybody's kind of
Yes.
like just talk shows, podcasts, TV shows, people that normally like film stuff at a certain set or a certain location. They've now kind of been confined to the homes a little bit. And it's still really good because what I've realized is the content is what matters. Like what people are saying, what you and I are saying matters. The production quality, I mean, yeah, it's good. And we want to be as good as we can be. But for right now, you know, just got to make do.
Yep.
And so it's really good.
Gotta
So
get creative.
got to get creative. We are definitely getting creative right now.
Yes.
You know, we're projecting Thursday hangs up on our flat screen TV. I don't know if you guys noticed this also. We have a cool set right now. Maybe not as good as Jimmy Fallon's set, but
It's pretty cool.
we've got our impossible shot behind me right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. That was there last week. And then, should we tell them about that? I mean, I'm sure they noticed it.
If you've noticed our other prop, also comment that in the chat. Give a
Comment
big
below
shout
what
out
the
to
other
it.
prop is because, you know, you've seen him around. He's definitely been around on Sunday nights at Saratoga Students. Yeah. Are we not
Let us know if you can see it.
Comment
in the
below. We
chat.
want to know if you can see it. I'm sure you probably can. Like, the camera's not that covering very much. So, you know, it is what it is.
Leave it up to them.
Shout out to him, though. So, Jess, I wanted to bring you on today because, as we know, it's been, is this week 3 of quarantine right now?
This is week 3, yes.
Week 3.
Mhm.
So this is the 3rd week that
At least
students
that I
have been home.
been.
Right. I've kind of been like 2.5 because the first week we were still kind of going into the office before everyone made the official shutdown. But you
Yeah.
guys were a little bit ahead of it because you work at a school.
Yep.
So what the reason I wanted to bring you on today is because we are in a time right now where schools are starting to see the reality that they are probably not going back to school in the month of April. Maybe they go
Maybe.
back. Did we get an official ruling on that, or where
No,
are you?
it's not
guys?
official.
No. Okay.
Right now we're April 19th or something like that.
Right.
Or
So
15th. Actually, it's April 15th right now.
yes, and a lot of public schools were thinking up until like this week that they would be off, but then this week a lot of them were supposed to be going back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Originally was what they said. They said we're just going to take, like Saratoga, Boston Spa. I think they were all at first. Actually,
They're
no.
April 19th.
They were April 19th to begin with, but
Yeah.
the reason why this is important is because they were originally saying like, we'll give limited amounts of schoolwork, but now that they're realizing how long this could be, they're starting to like pile on the homework a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
So you guys who are commenting right now, let us know like how much schoolwork you've gotten, where you guys are at in that whole thing, because the reason I wanted to bring Jess on today is Jess, for those who don't know, you are a phys ed and health teacher
Yep.
at Loudonville Christian School, not too far from here. And I wanted to bring you on because you're a teacher. You have started doing the Zoom calls for school, right? So what classes do you have on your Zoom calls? Are you teaching phys ed on Zoom?
I'm not teaching phys ed on Zoom.
Are you showing them how to play like racquetball over the screen or something?
I'm not.
No?
No.
Okay.
So racquetball.
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to mind. Why did racquetball come around? I don't know.
No, I am teaching a food and nutrition class twice a week on Zoom.
Okay.
So this is our third week already of doing that.
Now, what are you doing with the students as far as food and nutrition goes? What are you doing with them?
Well, for food and nutrition, usually at this time I would be cooking with them at school.
Yep.
So since we can't cook together, they are responsible for cooking one meal or dish a week at home. And then on Wednesdays when we meet together, they tell us all about their experience, how it went, explain their process, and that kind of stuff. So
Awesome.
It's been fun to hear about it.
Very cool. I'm glad that you guys are able to adjust and to do that. And as you guys heard her say that they've been doing this for the last few weeks. But I wanted you to give some tips because I know as a teacher, you've probably had to encourage your students a little bit on just kind of like how to deal with this time and how to still make the most out of it and how to be productive and successful during this time, right? And so there's been a lot of discussion on that end from teachers and advisors and supervisors and all this stuff. And so now you guys as students who are starting to realize like, okay, I'm not just getting like, 10 minutes of a quick little worksheet to do at home. We're going to be out of school for a little bit. And in order for us to continue our education, we've really got to start doing more schoolwork. So some of you guys are starting to see a little bit more now, like 2 weeks into this. And so we wanted to give the majority of you and all of you who are on here just some quick tips and tricks. And I wanted to have Jess kind of explain some of that. So number one, have you seen any crazy stuff on Zoom recently, like with students on Zoom?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No,
Okay.
I haven't really.
Did you see the video that went viral on Instagram of the girl who forgot her camera was on and she was going to the bathroom?
Yes.
You did?
I did see that.
Yeah.
That was very unfortunate.
It was very
I think
unfortunate.
that was a college class.
It was college, yeah. And most guys just make sure they're, And you guys know because we've been using Zoom for Sunday nights, for Saratoga Students on Sunday nights, which has been good. None of you guys have left the camera on any unfortunate situation, so we're thankful for that. Keep that going. But yeah, Zoom is something that I think everyone's getting a little bit more familiar with now. So glad that we haven't had any unfortunate situations for you or for anyone on that end. So that's good. So Jess, one question I wanted to ask you today is what are some tips that you have for students who are beginning this process of online learning or just in general school at home? Like, do you have any tips for them?
I do, yeah. So one thing that's really important is to create a good morning schedule for yourself. So try to create some consistency because when you were going to school, your mornings probably were pretty consistent because you had a certain time schedule to stay to. So try to get up at a decent time. Those of you who are having to log on for live classes probably have to do that anyway. But if you're someone who's not, try to pick a time for yourself to get up and just create some routine. Get changed in the morning, brush your teeth, all those good things. And then make sure it doesn't have to be right when you get up, but whatever it is you first eat, make sure it's something that's good and something that will sustain you, something that's healthy, just to get you off to a good start throughout the day.
So you're saying going to bed at 5 a.m. and waking up at 2 p.m. and popping some Pop-Tarts is probably not the best idea?
Probably not.
Okay.
No. you probably will not have the energy to do all the things you need to do.
Won't
at
have the
home.
energy.
No.
Man, breakfast has been key.
Breakfast
We've
is
been eating
key.
some good breakfast recently.
You, like I said, you don't have to eat when you first get up. Just make whatever it is the first thing you eat something good.
Yeah.
Something nutritious.
Like our go-to's been eggs and bacon and guac.
Yes.
Love guac. Avocados.
Avocado toast. Oh yeah.
I feel like an avocado renaissance man right now. I'm just all about the avocados.
Definitely.
Yeah. Never have been in the past, but now I am.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's good
yeah.
stuff. What's any more tips and tricks?
Yeah, so also you need to make sure that you are drinking water throughout the day. Water doesn't only keep you hydrated, but it also gives you energy. It gives you
MJ's secret stuff.
Yes.
Toon Squad.
Yes, it's water.
So good.
Yes.
It's from
on
Space Jam.
If you haven't seen it, it's on what, Netflix?
It's on Netflix right now. My favorite movie of all time, by the way.
It's a good movie to catch up on if you
It's
haven't
like
seen.
that and Remember the Titans.
Good choices.
So good.
Good
Yeah.
choices.
Yep.
But yeah, it keeps your cells energized and will help you just to be able to get throughout the day. Set up a really good workspace for yourself. So
this one's key. I want
yeah.
this to really hit this home. I think this could be huge for people. Like a good workspace. What does that look like right now for students?
So a place that's well lit. Don't put yourself in some dark little cave because you'll not be happy.
Right.
Well lit and then also free of distraction. So if you have a bunch of siblings at home, probably sitting at the kitchen counter is not going to be the best place for you because they'll be running around in the background. Whether this is your room or a basement or your parents let you have a spot in their office or something, just try to have a good spot where you won't get distracted and will be
That's
great.
huge. I like to what you said, like your own space, and even we realize that not everybody has like their own space, but it's more about like making it into your own space, right? So like somewhere like, for example, if it's just your bedroom is like the only quiet space you can find, or even you share a bedroom, but like you set up with your siblings to have it during a certain time, that personal space that you have, like make it fun too, right? Like set it up the way you would like it,
Make
the way
it a
that's
nice
most
place to
comfortable.
sit.
Yeah, the way that's most comfortable for you, a nice place to sit, not too cluttered, you know?
Yeah.
Pick the room up a little bit. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have wake up at a decent hour, drink water, good workspace. Anything else you got for us?
I would also encourage you to get up and move around whenever you have a break. So if that's in between Zoom classes or after you're done with an assignment, even if it's just to get up and stretch your legs out, walk around the house a little bit, go say hi to somebody. I encourage you to do that because you'll get more tired the longer you're just sitting in one spot. You get stiff. You'll get distracted. All right, walking around will help keep your mind focused and give you energy to keep doing what you need to get done.
That's been a big one for, I know both of us, as we've kind of, you know, guys, we have to work from home too, and so both of us, a lot of our work right now has to be, and normally is, not for you, but for me, like on my laptop and doing emails, typing stuff up, having meetings, and so a lot of it is sitting most days. So we found like that water thing was key because you always drink water. It keeps you more energized and awake, but also like getting up, moving around, getting active.
Yep.
We just finished a 30-minute workout earlier.
Yeah,
that was
which
good.
my last tip was to be active.
Sorry, that leads right into the last one. Go ahead.
To be active for at least 30 minutes each day.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be anything super crazy, and it doesn't have to be at a certain time. Pick a time that's going to work best for you, and then try to stick to that. So maybe it's when you first get up, or maybe it's after you're done with all of your schoolwork. Maybe it's going on a walk with your family after dinner or before dinner. One way you could easily fit it in is try to be active whatever time during the day would normally be your PE class. You could try that.
That's
if you're struggling for ways to fit it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, try to get moving around so that you don't feel sluggish, and it just helps your mood. It helps boost your mood and to help you feel better during this time of isolation.
Yeah, and I would love to hear from you guys. I mean, as you guys are watching in the comments, go ahead and comment below.
Yeah.
What are some things you guys have been doing to stay active? And if you're being a couch potato, let us know that too. We'd like to know so we can check up on you and make sure that you didn't like fall into a hole in your couch or something. These are some great tips, Jess. I really do appreciate it. Last question before I let you go.
Okay.
What have you been doing personally? Because I know a lot of people can relate, and we can relate to them as just kind of we're all stuck during this time inside in our houses. what have you been doing throughout these last few weeks to kind of keep sane and kind of just keep yourself just in the right headspace in order to get your work done and get your schoolwork done?
Yeah, so something that's been good for me is I've been having my quiet time in the morning, just have a little bit of a slow morning and just relax, get some good breakfast, some water, help wake myself up. And every afternoon we've been doing some kind of exercise, whether we've been going outside or staying inside doing a workout. That's been really helpful and has made me feel really good. And then after dinner, as best we can, we try not to do any more work after dinner so that we can we work hard during the day so that we can relax in the evenings and just kind of hang out and spend time together. So
it's been so clutch.
That's been helpful.
You've been binge watching lots of shows. Yes. If you heard my greeting at the beginning, you know which ones.
Gosh.
Sorry. Okay. Hey, this was awesome. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know in the comments anything you related to, anything Jess is saying that really hits home with you. Also, let us know what you've been doing to stay active, what you've been doing to keep sane, just to kind of keep yourself, once again, in that right headspace so you're able to work hard. And I really love what you said at the end there, Jess. Just like work hard during the day. You're still supposed to be working, whether you're, in school or like us who are like working. We're working hard during the day so that we can relax a little bit at night. Just kind of keep that normality, keep that routine going. Yeah. So also, hey, great job, babe. Good job.
Thanks.
Kaboot it. All right, everyone give I'll give you a round of applause to Jess for that. That was good. Cool. Guys, before we let you go, I wanted to give a quick little talk about something that God has really put on my heart. Honestly, just in the last day or so, I started reading in Ecclesiastes, which is the book right after Proverbs, which we just finished our Proverbs challenge on, I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday was the last day of March. So I've been in Ecclesiastes now, and I wanted to dig in right now quickly. I'm reading through Ecclesiastes, and if you're like me, I think a lot of us, even as Jess is talking, we're kind of relating. We're talking about, what is my purpose during this time of quarantine? Because I know a lot of us, if you're like me, and I've been thinking about this also the last few days, you're in this headspace right now where you've really enjoyed the last 2 weeks, to be honest. Other than the fact that you can't see your friends, I know that's a big complaint we've heard from people over the last week. It's I just can't hang out with my friends. I want to be with my friends. I get that. I hear you. I feel the same way. I can't see a lot of my friends too that I normally see during, whenever. And so one thing that I can really relate to is a lot of us are in this time where the last few weeks, other than not being able to see your friends, is you're sweet, I get a couple weeks to just kind of relax. It feels like I'm back on school vacation. I'm binge watching Netflix. I'm playing video games. I'm on the PS4. I'm on the Xbox, whatever it is. And you're really just enjoying this time. You're watching your favorite YouTubers. But if you're like me, you've kind of gotten to the point where now that we're a few weeks into this, you're starting to have this little bit of loneliness and this little bit of emptiness. And so I want to encourage you guys right now. In the book of Ecclesiastes, we hear something written here that I thought was so profound. And this is Solomon actually talking in Ecclesiastes, King Solomon, who a lot of his writings are also referenced in Proverbs, but he also preaches here in Ecclesiastes. And he says here in verse 8 through 11, he says this: "All things are wearisome, more than one can say. The eye never has enough of seeing, nor the ear its fill of hearing. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. Is there anything of which one can say, 'Look, this is something new'? It was here already, long ago. It was here before our time. There is no remembrance of men of old, and even those who are yet to come will not be remembered by those who follow." And so, as you read that, I think a lot of what we see is that sense of purpose, where Solomon was a man who he literally had everything. He asked God for wisdom, and God gave him wisdom and all of the riches. He said, "Because you've asked for wisdom, I'm going to give you wisdom and then more. I'm going to give you everything that you can think of. I'm going to give you riches. I'm going to give you wives. I'm going to give you just health. I'm going to give you prosperity. I'm going to give you success as a ruler and as a king. I'm going to give you everything that you could think of." And what we see Solomon writing here towards the end of his life is, I've had all those things, and everything to me is just kind of repetition, and it's all repeating over and over. And he says here at the end, he says, there's nothing new. There is no remembrance of men of old. And even those who are yet to come will not be remembered by those who follow. And so he's talking about, hey, like people who are alive 50 years from now, 60, 70, 80 years from now, they're going to have no idea who I am, right? And so for you guys to think, people who are going to be around 100 years from now are going to have no idea, for the most part, probably who you are. And so that gives us a little bit of a question of like, man, what is my purpose? And even especially during this time, as you guys are feeling bored, you're starting to feel it like, man, like I've already binge watched this show once or twice all the way through. I don't want to do it again. Like, what is my purpose? And I think even in this moment of quarantine, we can have purpose. And here's what our purpose is. I would say the number one thing that you need to know is that there is a joy that just cannot be explained when you are hooked into following Jesus. And so as we are following Jesus during this time, you might be wondering like, man, how can I find joy and fun and all of these other things? And the truth is, apart from God, you really can't. You can have hobbies, you can have goals, you can have fun activities you like to do, and they are not going to give you the purpose and the joy that truly God can give you. And so I want to encourage you during this time is that there's true happiness, and true happiness comes from pleasing God. The only way we can have true happiness is from pleasing God. And so maybe you got excited over these last 2 weeks to kind of maybe take a break from your relationship with God, to maybe say, yeah, I'm going to put that on the back burner. I'm just going to play video games for the next 2 weeks, nonstop. I'm going to play online. I'm going to play with all my friends. I'm going to do Minecraft. I'm going to do this, that, the other. And I'm just going to take a break from my relationship with God. And I want to encourage you right now, if you are feeling let down from that, if you are feeling lonely, if you are feeling like you've kind of lost your purpose, I want to encourage you and let you know that there is always purpose to be found. But the purpose to be found is to be found with happiness in Christ. And that happiness in Christ comes from pleasing Him and doing what He's called you to do. So I would encourage you, just as Jess mentioned earlier, in those mornings when you wake up, first thing you can do is start by having that peace and that rest and that alone time with God, just by reading your Bible. Start out for 15 minutes and just dive right in. If you want to follow along like I'm doing and read through Ecclesiastes right now, that'd be great. We really want to encourage you guys to continue in that purpose and in that time. So that's my little talk for you guys this morning, is to really just try to shift your focus. True happiness comes from pleasing God. And so you can do all these things. You can go have fun and be active. You can, like I said last week, go find a hobby. You can go ahead and do a workout. All those things you can do, and those things are great, but make sure that you're doing them for God and doing things for the glory of God. That is where true happiness and joy comes from. All right? Cool. Well, hey, we're almost out of time here on Thursday Hangs. We want to thank everybody so much for hanging out with us. Before we go, though, I want to give you a quick reminder. We are going to go into our dun 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 dun. The pizza draw. Pizza draw. Pizza drawing. Pizza, what was the other word for it? I'm forgetting it right now. Giveaway. Pizza giveaway. Thank you. We are going to give away a free pizza. So within the next hour, whoever's name comes up here on our ticker, just like last week, the winner was Alex Worston. Shout out to Alex. This week, I don't know who it's going to be, but here's one thing I want to let you guys know. And this last week, we kind of debuted this. We did a game on our Sunday night Zoom calls. If you want to join our Sunday night Zoom calls, email me, let me know, and I will get you a link for our Zoom calls. On Sunday night, we did a game called First to 10, and the winner for that game was Kim. Kim Fozier won that game, and so I said whoever won that game on Sunday night, their name was going to be put into this drawing 5 times. So everybody else, the way you get your name onto this drawing is you have to attend our Sunday night Zoom calls. If you attend our Sunday night Zoom calls, your name gets put into this drawing. Everyone's name that's on here is on here once, except for Kim. Kim Fozier, you just, because you won the game last week, you just multiplied your chances by 5 of winning pizza tonight. So, Jess, are you ready to find out who our winner is?
I'm ready.
Remember, the winner, you're getting pizza delivered to your house, Domino's, within the next hour. It's going to be there. It's happening. All right? Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Let's let it go for a second. I'm really feeling this. Kim, your name's in there 5 times. We'll see if you win. Who knows? Someone else could win too. I literally have no idea. Here we go. Let's see. Jasmine, okay, oh man. I could not think of a more deserving person. Jasmine Casper, wow. Congrats to Jasmine. I know you're pumped. Ryoga and Noah, I'm sure you guys are watching the chat right now. Make sure that you do not try to steal all of our pizza. But Jasmine, if you feel led to share with your brothers, go ahead and do that. Congratulations, guys. There will be a pizza showing up to your front door shortly, hopefully within the next hour. Kim, I'm sorry you didn't win, Kim. Your name was in there 5 times. Don't know what happened. It's honestly all totally luck of the draw. So, hey, be there this Sunday as we join together and your name could be entered in for next week. So, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us during Thursday Hangs, and we will see you soon. Later.